Now, tributes have been paid to Sir David Frost, who has died suddenly at the age of 74. Remembered most for his revealing interviews with the former US President Richard Nixon, the broadcaster suffered a heart attack while on board a cruise ship. Sir David's career spanned journalism, comedy, writing and presenting, and he was one of the great TV inquisitors of his time. A warning, Kylie Morris's report does contain some flash photography.
He was television's ringmaster. From the moment he took his seat, Sir David Frost changed British television.
Listen, David, when I meet this man, if you think the world was surprised when Nixon resigned, wait till I whip Foreman's behind.
He had a passion that matched his subjects, a sense of play, of performance, and yes, he could float like a butterfly and sting like a bee.
No, you're moving too fast. The mummy don't move that fast.
His interviews with Richard Nixon brought the former US president to a dramatic point of confession.
So what, in a sense, you're saying is that there are certain situations, and the Houston plan, or that part of it was one of them, where the president can decide that it's in the best interest of the nation or something, and do something illegal.
Well, when the president does it, that means that it is not illegal.
By definition.
Exactly.
Broadcast in 1977, it was the most widely watched interview in television history.
I let the American people down. And I have to carry that burden with me for the rest of my life.
But David Frost's beginnings in television weren't so illustrious. They were satirical, alternative. Still a Cambridge undergraduate, he became host of a groundbreaking new show.
It'll never be a hit.
But it was, and so was he.
He arrived as a very eager, ambitious young man with considerable talent, and we hadn't realised quite how talented he was. I mean, he had a photographic memory, for example, never forgot a name, things like that, which would stand him in good stead when he was networking the world.
Within years, David Frost was hosting the country's first live current affairs programme where ordinary people took part.
And this shows the state of mind that people are in. This shows the state of hysteria.
Do you think that? He still had to work on his timing, but he was on his way to becoming the affable assassin. Sociable, charming, someone who could rub shoulders with the famous and powerful one day and then undo them on national TV the next.
John Lennon and Yoko Ono.
A formula that won him massive audiences not only in the UK, but delivered him his own shows in the US as well. His interviewing style, a mixture of meticulous research and patience.
I remember when we did Bill Clinton, him thinking that quite a good line that he'd like to use, and worked round various elements of foreign policy, introduced Monica Lewinsky, and then leant forward and just said quite quietly, "But did you love her?"
But it wasn't only American presidents who got the treatment. On the TVAM sofa, an increasingly annoyed Margaret Thatcher made to defend the sinking of the Belgrano.
Was that deliberate mistake or an accidental mistake?
Just because a ship is going in a certain direction does not mean it's sailing away from the field of battle.
Thank you very much indeed. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Hello, good morning and welcome. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Hello, good morning and welcome to Breakfast with Frost.
Showman, journalist, father and friend, David Frost is survived by his wife and 3 sons.